It's time to make our opponent see red with Magtheridon, Demon Hunter. For this deck, we basically are going to try to get as many copies of Magtheridon Unreleased out on the board as humanly possible through things like Crimson Expanse or Window Shopper. We also will be able to discount Magtheridon down using the new Umpire's Grasp or the Raging Fail Screamers from the core set. Now for the Mulligan guide. Umpire's Grasp is the most important card to keep as it'll get you to your key cards really quickly at a mana discount. Outside of this, Lesser Opal Spellstone is great to keep as you can get this draw power online really quickly. Otherwise, you're looking for other types of draw power or early game removal tools. Now with that being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Mage. I am curious if they're actually playing the new cards or are they playing just a new variant of Sith Mage, because that deck, while technically isn't what Blizzard was trying to directly support, they did kind of support it. It turns out Galaxy Orb is probably just pretty good in Sith Mage, and Magtheridon is not what I want to see right now. Just going to hero power, then pass it back. Also worth mentioning, I did cut down one of the quick picks just because of the fact that I thought we needed less draw power, but we needed more triggers for Magtheridon. So I swapped the ratios of those around a little bit in this list. It's not really that big of a deal, but it's still worth mentioning, right? So we have a few options here. I kind of just want to use quick pick, attack their face, and then the second hit will go into their 2/2. Oh man, I wish that card was one card earlier. That would have been a lot better for me, but you know, it is what it is. A Discovery of Magic. I'm assuming they're a Sith Mage. With that card played down, I'm assuming it is probably Sith, which isn't a bad thing. Sith Mage, actually, honestly, I'm trying to think of what cards Mage got, and for the most part, I would say probably got a lot better. Besides just the fact that you got access to a repeat card, right? But outside of that, you got some like decent survivability tools and such too. Okay, so let's see what we can grab here first. I'm going to grab security, and then we're going to get rid of that. Going to grab Through the Fell and Flames, because that way... Oh, okay, so we're at 3 mana, they're at 3. Never mind. I was going to say, like, if they had some type of AoE to clear out the board, it's less likely, but I think most of Mage's AoE would still be able to get rid of the 2/2, even if they aren't able to get... Well, if they are able to get rid of the 1/1s too. It really depends. It really just depends. Okay. Flame Elemental, just slamming that down. Probably should try to get out of their hand. Oh, that is a good turn for top deck. I will take it. I will definitely take that. That actually feels real nice. Oh, we actually probably should have just slammed it down. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't really matter if we slam it down now or later, because I was trying to get the hit in for the Spellstone that we have in hand. Because no matter what, we won't be able to play down Magtheridon on turn 5. We'll be able to play it on turn 6 if we slam down the Fell Screamer next turn. I think that'll probably be what we'll do, is Fell Screamer and Burning Heart, depending on what we top deck to, right? And what they play. Oh! Now that is a very frightening card in that deck in particular. Talion, pretty sure Talion is still in rotation, but it's basically a better Talion for any deck that is centered around one high-cost minion. And the mustache doesn't really do anything, right? It's just there for fun. And a reference to good old Battlegrounds. Okay, going down swinging, that's a pretty good card. And Window Shopper. Window Shopper is an incredibly strong card in this list. Originally, I thought, hey, maybe we just use the Magtheridon as our only demon for our new weapon. But then I was like, well, Window Shopper in theory could get us Magtheridon pretty consistently. And it turns out the pool of demons in Standard right now is very small, which means you can do a lot of fun things with it. Like, a good chunk of the time, I end up with a Magtheridon out of either the first one or the second one. We have... Do I want to take 8 damage? Or do we want to use... Actually, never mind. We got double damage. I was thinking maybe using Burning Heart and then going down swinging, but I don't think we need to go down today. Or at least, right. I would prefer to keep that card for later on. They shuffled a snake oil in their deck. That's actually a really good sign for us. That's actually really, really nice for us. What? I don't think this is a big enough board for me to want to clear it out is the problem. But we can see what we can grab off of these. Tough Crowd could be useful for later, but I think this also discounts pretty quickly because we already equipped one weapon. Okay, Tough Crowd wouldn't have been bad. We probably should have... Actually, no. This allows us to get rid of the 1-3, so they don't... Yeah. That's probably a better play. Okay. Good thing we kept the going down swinging. Also, 3 poisonous is kind of funny, but it doesn't actually matter much in this matchup at all. Let's use that, and then we'll just slam into everything. And then we'll probably equip the weapon just to get more damage into their face. We're down to 17. We could also put up a giant taunt, but I think just getting the face damage in this turn and then next. Because they're at 9 now. And we do have Magtheridon in hand, so that's guaranteed 3 there. And then we have guaranteed 4. So what are we missing? How much damage are we missing? That's 7, so we're missing 2. As long as we can get 2, and it also is worth mentioning, there is no objection anymore, so I'm not playing around that. Oh! Now, okay, I'm just going to say this. If I was running the previous card that we went over, where it draws one of your big cost minions from your list, I would not be using any 5 cost cards that weren't, or 5 costs or higher, that isn't Sith, that is a minion, I should say. Of course, they got Ice Block. But all the ones they possibly could grab. At least we do have that Window Shopper number 2, and we do clear out the board. And we do have red card to instantly turn down or online Magtheridon again. I don't think a single one of these games that I've played with this deck I attacked with Magtheridon. I'm just going to freely state it. I don't think the 12-12 ever came up. Yeah, it's basically a secondary effect on just a constant AoE. And it's just so nice because they can't do anything about this board state. Unless they're playing Reno, but I'd be impressed if they are. And they're not, they don't gain any armor from that either. So that's good. Oh, that is the top deck that we want to see. Okay. And that is just great. I will take that for free. All right, what else can... Okay, do we want to slam this down, or do we want... Yeah, let's actually slam this down. Can we get... The attack game probably is the safe bet. Then we can also see what we get here. Oh, Blind Box is funny. I-Beam probably would have been... Window Shopper, sure. Window Shopper times 2, why not? Just feeding into that RNG. And then we get to bop, bop. Okay, so we have 6 damage in the Magtheridons no matter what next turn, right? Because we have Taste of Chaos, Expanse, and Red Card. Between those 3 cards, we'll be able to... Actually, 9 damage next turn no matter what. But they'll be down... As long as they don't clear out our board, we win next turn. I'm assuming they'll probably be able to get rid of the board. Great. The nice thing here, though, is they can't establish a board, right? No matter what they put down, as long as it has lower than 9 HP, it won't live. Oh, that actually is a really good card. I know Taste of Chaos is being wasted a little bit here. There might have been a way... no, there wouldn't have been for what we need to do. And then we red card this for 2 turns. And then we just bop them. Oh, we're going to be 2 off. They didn't have the armor gain from BO4. That animation is so cool, though. Oh, no, 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 no. Please, 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 please. No, 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 no. Oh, no. Wait. They shuffled in their 0-cost spell. That's not going to be enough? Right? Only 1 hit is going to be from that. Okay, okay, okay. Come on, red card. Give me a red card. That isn't a red card. Come on, give me something I can use. That... Time to barrage them a little bit, I guess. This is the gift that keeps on giving. Unleash the power of Magtheridon. Okay, Hunter. Let's see if they're actually playing Token Hunter. Oh, Magtheridon in the opener is not what I want to see. I feel like I always end up with the cards that I don't want in the opening hand in the opening hand. What are the chances if we mulligan away Magtheridon, we draw into him instantly? I'm going to get Window Shopper because that does increase the chance of getting Magtheridon off of the weapon, but also gives us a chance to get like cheap Magtheridons really quickly. Oh, no Magtheridon. Okay, that is a lot more usable of a hand. Though this is a matchup that I am a little bit afraid of. I will freely admit I am a little bit afraid of this. There's the coin. Fetch. I guess Quick Pick would be the answer. This is also a deck that I kind of want to try out. I don't know when. Okay. There's a lot of decks I want to try out, but I know combo decks tend to do better on the channel. So I kind of want to focus on the combo decks, at least early on. Just because the deck that we're facing right now is basically an aggro deck, and aggro decks tend to do the worst on the channel. Just historically speaking, I should say. Taste of Chaos number 2 isn't bad. Another trigger for Magtheridon. Oh, Crimson Expanse. I can't believe we're actually using that card, by the way. That card is something that I've been wanting to use ever since Deep Home came out, and there was just no good way to do it. I think we'll Chaos Strike here. We'll use one of the Taste of Chaoses on one minion. I'm going to grab Immolation Aura. Also, fun fact for the Paladin card that increases the duration of auras, it does not include Immolation Aura, just because it isn't a Paladin aura, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to claim. It's just one of those things that is kind of confusing. Sleeper is an interesting card. Sleeper actually would fit in that deck, even if you didn't just randomly generate it, right? But we do have good old Immolation Aura, and that is such a nice top deck. Smack them for 3 damage. Hopefully this will draw us into Magtheridon next turn. If it does, it instantly clears out anything that they put down. Come on, burn something good. That, I'm assuming that's a good burn. I forgot that card was in rotation. I legitimately forgot about it. But, you know. Okay. I think we're going to pop the Divine Shield here because I'm hoping this grabs Magtheridon. It did not. But that is Magtheridon. Okay. Well, I mean, got it anyways, right? The pool is so small right now that getting Magtheridon off of a window shopper is actually extremely high. Because you basically have 2 discover abilities, and you don't care if it's a... Well, you kind of care if it's a 1 HP Magtheridon because you can't damage it, but 90% of the time it doesn't matter. Let's see if we can get like a 1 HP Magtheridon. Nope. Okay. Well, you know, I'm gonna go with the Glavesmith just so we can draw some more cards. And then we can slam down Expanse so we don't have to do it next turn. Then pass it back to them. We bop them for a little bit. I'm not worried about a chart. Well, I guess they do have access to King Plush. I was gonna say I'm not worried about a charge minion because Crush is out of rotation. But, you know. Oh, no. I guess I had to worry about a charge minion, right? Actually, do I? Do I really have to worry about a charge minion? I don't think we do. Because we bop this. I could say additional copy. And then we use red card, which helps us. And then we can draw 3 or wipe. Actually, no. Chaos Strike. Chaos Strike plus... Okay. Do we have any other ways to... So Chaos Strike and then hope we get into another Chaos Strike or something from the top deck that isn't that. Oh, that actually works. That actually works quite a bit. Bop, bop. Okay, Demon Hunter, Demon Hunter. That's good, that's good. Or interesting, at least. This could be a mirror, though it could just be aggro. I don't think aggro Demon Hunter lost much in the rotation. It gained a lot of draw power. Honestly, this opener doesn't look that bad. Yeah, let's get rid of Burning Heart. Burning Heart could come up. Okay, or Illidari Gift is actually better than Burning Heart. Spellstone is just a really good card to have in your starting hand, just so you can get it online really quickly. Okay, there's Visual Runner. Quick pick. Slam into the minions so they don't establish anything. Also, Window Shopper as a top deck, not bad. Okay, discounting 2 things. So it probably is going to be aggro Demon Hunter if I had to guess. What 1-cost card are we going to get? Red card. Also worth noting, while I didn't test a bunch, I still did about 80% of the normal amount of testing that I do for each individual deck. Fizzle never came up a single time. A lot of the time when I include Fizzle in the list, he really probably isn't needed. But in theory, there are some weird spectacular combos that you can just make use of Fizzle with. And this is definitely a deck where you could, right? Also worth noting, Workshop Mishap might be actually better than the 5-cost spell that changes each individual turn. Again, something I didn't really test out, but every time Workshop got randomly discovered. Okay, well, I much prefer it to hit that than it hit Magtheridon, to be fair. I don't want to AoE the board just for 1 minion. What are we getting as a top deck Magtheridon? Can't play Magtheridon this turn. So, honest? I think AoEing the board for 2. I don't want them to bounce it back. The fact that we now know it is Highlander Demon Hunter is actually kind of interesting because it's not something I expected to see. I had assumed this was just pure aggro, right? Okay, there's Umpire's Grasp. Well, Spirit of the Team. Also really cool that some of the classes got access to cards from previous sets that they weren't involved in, like Rossicon's Rumble. It would have been really cool if they had given Demon Hunter like a Loa here. I know, like, oh, okay, that, that actually is, that is a card that could fit in this deck. Like, you probably, okay, Mishap, good old Mishap. All right, let's bop this minion off the board. See what we can grab for 1 mana too. Okay, Illidari Studies, so we could get another Mishap. That's good. That's good. And then we do 3 damage here. I think next turn, Magtheridon awakens, and then we can... Oh, we don't have a way to... Illidari Studies could get us I-Beam, and then we target our own Magtheridon with the I-Beam. Heal them up, or themselves up a little bit. I really wish Kurtrus was a better card. The animation behind him is so cool. And honestly speaking, I think if they upped the amount of damage he did to minions in your opponent's hand, it would probably see a lot more play. I know they don't want it to be like an end-all be-all. Come on, give us something. Oh, I have never been happier to see I-Beam than then. All right, we damaged our minion. We're making a copy. And then we're going to give Magtheridon a red card because he's a cruel taskmaster. Cruel demon. All right, so we have 3 damage plus another one on board. We do have a way to draw into a big chunk of our deck, so I'm not worried about that. Because we have what? Draw 3, draw 1, draw 1. So we can draw 5 if we really need to. Okay, here's something that I think I pointed this out on the stream, my last stream. I would love to see a Demon Hunter set centered around good old, okay, Window Shopper. That could be additional copies. And we get something cool. Sure, that's a 1 mana taunt. Okay. Eye of Shadow actually is good for us. It isn't good this turn, but if we can slam down this big taunt, and then they have to hit into the taunt, right? Or use their hero power too. But yeah, I would love to see a Demon Hunter set centered around getting like 1 use of Metamorphosis or something. That seems like a cool idea because Metamorphosis as a identity for Demon Hunter is something that's big into their class identity, at least in World of Warcraft. In Hearthstone, it's a one-off card that doesn't see like too much play at all. Also, that's a really good card that I keep forgetting exists. But a really good... Oh, well, see? Magtheridon. I still haven't attacked with him. The number of Magtheridons that I've used on a given turn is insane, but I have still not found a turn where I can use him for his attack. Let's down Eye of Shadow, draw another card, maybe get... Okay. We're just trying to min-max here with the Magtheridon. and this should increase our HP by quite a bit. And then good ol' expanding into the future. Goodbye. Alright, now that we're through the game, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, for a day one deck, this was a happy surprise. I did not expect this deck to do well, but I did expect myself to probably cover it within this first week, especially because I ended up opening up a golden Magtheridon. But even if I didn't, this deck is incredibly fun, and it is one of my favorite Demon Hunter decks of all time. For me, that isn't really that high of a bar, but I love the idea of just slamming down this untargetable bungus that you get multiple copies of and just keep wiping out your opponent's board. I will say this though, however, if you are looking to play this deck, try to find a way to slam in a workshop mishap, because discovering it randomly off of Illidari Studies was incredibly strong and won me actually quite a few of the games that I play. Overall, again, if you have all the cards, try this one out. But if you don't, then don't craft these cards, because I don't expect this deck to hold its weight after the meta goes back to where it was before. But like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye.